This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Let's go. Say ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Oh man, it's a Monday. Mondays are tough. Mondays are challenging. Mondays are what they have historically speaking, always been. Mondays bite the bag. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to relieve your stress and tension on a Monday to make the day go faster? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just, with complete freedom, watch as much porn as you want on a Monday on company servers and do what you got to do to help relieve the stress? I know you can't do that, and I know I can't do that, and I know lots of us are incapable of doing that in our places of business. But there is a job where you can watch porn by the hour and not get fired for years at a time. What job is it? Here's a hint. It involves working for the government, and we'll talk about that a little later on in the show. Quick reminder, though. Mondays are also, in addition to being a stressful day where you wish you could fap it to barely legal cleft palate midgetamputees.com to relieve the stress that is a Monday. Besides being that, Mondays are a day that, oh, God, they're just rugged. If you feel like you have shortcomings in this life, if you feel like you're not measuring up, if you feel like you tried your hardest and it just didn't work, all these feelings, I guess, of failure are going to be magnified and exacerbated by the awfulness that is a Monday. So I noticed a lot of people walking around with their heads hung a little bit in the hallways before coming in. I was like, yep, it's a Monday. And when your failures and the fact that you tried your very best and things didn't work out get compounded by Monday or whatever the hell else it is, and you're feeling like, F it, what's the point of anything? Remember, failure is an integral part. Failure is an integral part of growing, of becoming a bigger, better person. Failure is an integral part of succeeding. It really is. And you can be afraid to fail and you can stick to doing things that you're good at. But are you going to grow as a person? Unlikely. So if you're compounding your worries, fears, and frustrations because you're thinking you're a failure on this Monday, you're thinking you failed at stuff, maybe flip the script around a little bit and look at your failure and go, God, this is awesome. This is good. This is making me a bigger, better person. This is a sign that I am growing. Failure is a sign that you're putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and you're on your way to something bigger and better. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Albert Einstein. Alrighty then, Funkhouser, what's going on in the world? What is happening? And how are you? How was your weekend? Everything tickety-boo?
Things are, what do they say, hunky-dory? Is that still a thing?
Hunky-dory, I believe, is still a thing. I think I'm going to, I'm trying to bring back tickety-boo.
What's tickety-boo mean?
Everything's cool. It's kind of an English expression. I want to say it comes from the original Winnie the Pooh books, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it comes from Winnie the Pooh. I think it's just kind of an Anglo expression. Everything tickety-boo.
I tried to bring back bitchin' once, and then I cut my hair.
I like bitchin'. Bitchin' is good.
It's a good word.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a TV show called The In-Betweeners?
Sounds familiar.
It's on Netflix, and I think it ran for like 3 seasons in England, and I've been watching it recently. It's hilarious. It's really, really well written. It's about sort of 4 friends who are like 16, 17-year-old sort of like post-pubescent, 1 foot in manhood, 1 foot in childhood type of situations, and it's effing hilarious. And some of the language in it it's incredible. It's like, I mean, it's completely filthy. Like they tried to do, it was made for Channel 4 in England, and they tried to do an American sanitized version and put it on MTV, and it just failed miserably because it's dirty, it's filthy, and here's the thing. filth for the sake of filth. Maybe it's a sign that I'm getting older. It does very little for me. But the language and the writing on it is so unbelievably clever and well done. Just do yourself a favor, watch it. But they use all sorts of expressions that I remember from my childhood in England that are creeping back into my vernacular. And I have to remind myself that some of the words that are peppered throughout English conversation are the end of the world if you use them around the office in America.
Yeah, there's 3 shows I've been watching.
Which ones?
House of Cards.
The American one or the English one?
The American one. Season 3 just came out, I guess. I didn't see the first 2 seasons, but I've been watching that. Been watching a brand new Netflix show called The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, I saw that in Netflix, and I almost added it to my instant queue.
It's a Tina Fey thing.
Oh, really? All right, then I will add it to my instant queue.
If you liked 30 Rock, then you're going to love this one.
Interesting. Yep, I will definitely give that a go. All right, then.
And the third one, I can't remember right now. Oh, Catfish. Great show. Tasty.
You know, for a teen show on MTV, Catfish is really, really exceptionally well done.
It's the bee's
knees. Really is. Yeah, it's very clever. It's very smart. Those two guys that host it, who, have we figured this out yet? Like, one of them chased after a girl online for
Neve
a year.
And Max. Max is a filmmaker, and Neve is the one that, chased a girl. They made a documentary.
Yeah. I saw the documentary, and it turned out to be like this 45-year-old housewife in Nowheresville that looked nothing like the pictures that she sent him, which was kind of an interesting one. But like do you think there's anything between Max and Neve at this stage in the game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They're always running around shirtless together and high-fiving, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but
well, he is out there interneting for girls, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, the whole thing is based around him interneting for girls, so I guess not. But man, that show is well done.
Good show.
It's really, really well done, and it's out of all the stuff that wound up on MTV, I find that to be far and away the most watchable.
Strange.
Yeah, it's good. Well, that's good.
On to news that people care about. A contestant.
Just real quick, I haven't watched Catfish for a couple of years. It's been on for a while now. But real quick, with the whole Tinder phenomena, has there been any sort of any sort of catfish escapades that deal with Tinder?
They just started season 4, and I'm on season 1, so I assume it wasn't out when out back then when they started, but I saw the first couple episodes of season 4. Not yet. Maybe in a season pass, but there should be.
Because doesn't Tinder goes off your Facebook profile, right?
It uses the data from the likes and stuff. That's about it, and your profile picture.
Right, gotcha. Because I was just wondering if, okay, in theory, to have a fake Tinder profile, you'd have to have a fake Facebook profile, right?
Yeah, there are some people out there that totally create a new identity for themselves, like a second person.
Well, it's funny because I'll get friend requests from girls in their underwear, and I'll see they have 23 mutual friends, and I'll look and they have 2 pictures on their entire profile and have posted once in the last year, and it's I don't know what the end game is for people with fake profiles like that, but I do I'll see that they've got a bunch of my very sad, pathetic male friends who are just ooh, a girl in her underwear likes me, I'll be her friend, and it's so clearly a fake profile that I'm just who the hell falls for this? But it seems like it would probably take a significant amount of work to catfish people on Tinder.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe that's an advertisement for Tinder. Hey, it's much harder to be catfished by fake profiles on here.
Yeah, and more expensive.
$20 a year if you're over 30.
Bastards.
Creepy old dudes.
A contestant on American Idol wore that infamous internet dress.
Yeah. Judges spent the next 5 minutes arguing over the color. One thing they did agree on, the color was pitchy. It's funny. Pitchy's a word that I've been using for my entire professional life, because when I was a singer and you record and someone's like, it's a little pitchy, you're a little flat, like you kind of missed the mark a little bit as far as singing in tune goes. What's interesting is the fact that I think it was the Randy Dog guy, the one that used to play bass in Journey, that is no longer on American Idol. I think Randy was the guy that started using pitchy, because it's a word that you use in the studio, and I believe he was a producer as well. And like, I hear people that know absolutely nothing about music now being like, she's so pitchy when she sings. I'm like, holy freaking God. I can't believe that made it into America's vernacular. I can't believe that it pervaded the cultural zeitgeist. Pitchy. I thought it was such an inside baseball word when I first heard it. Not anymore. But yeah, contestant on American Idol wore that infamous internet dress. Interesting fact, the dress will be famous a lot longer than anyone on this season of American Idol. Can you name one person from American Idol outside of Kelly Clarkson and
I'm
Kelly
weird
Clarkson?
because I could name one from this season just because she caught my attention.
Oh, Big
Her
Cans?
name is Lux, I think. She's got one name, She's got like colored hair. She's a little hottie up there singing, I think, from what I remember. I just remember her name and a weird thing about her. Lux.
To Google.
Yeah.
Let's see if your attention is well-founded. Oh, I do remember Sanjaya, though.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember Sanjaya is the same reason everybody remembers Sanjaya, is because his sister had huge cans, and whenever anything good happened for him, she would jump up and down in the audience. So I'm convinced gazillions of people were just like, I want to see Sanjaya's sister's huge cans bounce up and down again. I'm totally voting for him. You're laughing because you did it too. You actually spent money text messaging American Idol so you could watch Sanjaya's sister.
Text message rate supply then. There.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'm looking up Lux American Idol.
I might be wrong. I'll get back to you on the name there, because she's got an interesting name. It's a one-name name, and he's kind of fly.
All right, I'll be the judge of that. Find pictures and pass them on. What else is going on?
Well, Toto released a new single.
Toto?
Yeah.
You know which band that is? The
Catch the Rains Down in Africa.
Yeah, and Meet You All the Way. Rosanna now, which came out like a really, really, really long time ago. So I'm guessing that if Toto released a new single, you could probably download it from About to Die Tunes.
To Die Tunes. Copyright that now.
Do you have it seems an appropriate moment to have used the Karate Kid theme song for the 3 seconds that we're allowed to legally. Interesting thing about Toto and Death is their drummer, who's a legendary drummer, this guy called Jeff Porcaro, and he played drums for Toto, but he was also a session musician. He played drums on just like everything for a little while in the 70s and 80s. Like, he played on the vast majority of the Steely Dan records, in addition to this guy called Steve Gadd, who played with... anyways. But, like, the drummer from Toto... You know that song Peg by Steely Dan? Are you aware of this?
Peg will come back to you. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, he played the drummer from Toto played drums on that, and that was like the hallmark of a groove for a little while. Like, drummers would be like, "Yeah, you want to know what a groove is? Listen to Peg by Steely Dan and check out what Jeff Porcaro did on it. It's amazing." And also the drums on Rosanna. Like, if you ever listen to most people don't think about it, but just listen to what the drums are doing, and then try and imagine creating that sound yourself, and you won't be able to do it. He's very famous. He created this thing called a halftime shuffle, and it's insane. Anyways, he was a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant drummer, but he did fall into the category of Spinal Tap drummers, where, they'd spontaneously combust or whatever. And, I think that there's one of the Spinal Tap drummers, when they're talking about all the drummers that died in the movie Spinal Tap, that died in a freak gardening accident. The drummer from Toto actually died, very sadly, in a freak gardening accident. He was spraying some sort of, pesticide on his lawn. He was treating his lawn with some sort of chemical, had an allergic reaction to it, and died. Terrible. I mean, apparently he'd been doing cocaine by the dump truck load for a significant amount of time, and that didn't help. But, yeah, Jeff Porcaro, drummer from Toto. died in a freak gardening accident. Again, Toto have a new single. You can download it from About to Die Tunes.
He wrote, man, search for meaning between torture, cold, and damn. Victor could have just given up and been resigned to his fate, but he used it to write a book that made the world a better place. Bethany Hamilton lost an arm surfing in a shark attack, and what she had to overcome was crazy in the aftermath. Nobody would have blamed her for taking a different path, but she's